So here's a graph. What relationship, if any, exists between height and width? Well, this is width and height. Does it matter? If you have height and width, does your graph look like this? Or does it look different from this? Is it kind of hard to see? Let me see if I can enhance here a little bit. Nope, because these pens suck. So here's where the data points are on this graph. Does that kind of go along with yours? Did you have a paragraph that was a little bit in the ballpark of 18.5 meters for height, or sorry, 18.5 centimeters for height and 2 centimeters for width? Everybody have that one? Okay. Does everybody have one that's kind of in the ballpark of 6.5 centimeters for height and 6.5 centimeters for width? Okay. What happens to the width as the height increases? Run that by your neighbor really quick. So this is what I'm talking about, like verbalizing the relationship as the height increases, the width. What you got? Run it by your neighbor quick. As the height increases, the width. Somebody be brave, be bold, throw a hand in the air. Yes, sir? Gets smaller. Can anybody do that in one word? Decreases. Okay, as the height increases, the width decreases. All right. What is something else like? Can you think of any other things that go that way? As the one thing gets bigger, the other thing gets smaller. I'm struggling to come up with one. Check your neighborhood there. Anybody else got another relationship that's like that? So one thing gets bigger, the other thing gets smaller. Teeter-totter.
This is 7 or 8.
One goes up, the other goes down. So kind of like a teeter-totter type relationship. You got one back there? No, you're just saying hi. Cool. Yes. Volume and pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at you showing up and dropping science. That's from chemistry, right? So as we decrease the volume of a container, the pressure inside increases. Yeah? Anybody else got one? Or as we increase the volume of a container, we decrease the pressure. What is the word for that type of relationship?
Inversely related.
Throw your hand in the air, you blurter. Yes, ma'am.
Inversely related.
An inverse relationship here. Okay. This is an inverse relationship. Okay. And you'll see that as well with, as Alice shared, pressure and volume. So, I wanted red. Eraser. Here we go. Inverse relationship. Okay. So then, like, it comes time to draw like an okay fit line here, yeah? Where's my line tool? Oh, this is being a real good time here. Try to hit none of the dots, but be as close as possible to all the dots. Let's try that. I can't hold a ruler to the screen, so you're going to have to humor me there. Okay? How'd I do? As close as possible to all the dots without hitting any of the dots. Pretty damn good, yeah. You're impressed. Okay. So here's the thing, though. This is a really important understanding to have for us this year. With this type of graph, if you draw a line and you find that the data points at the beginning and the end are on one side of the line, and the points that are in the middle are on the other side of the line, then it's not a line. Okay? So you follow me again? So if you draw a line on here and you find that the data points at the beginning and the end are both on the same side of the line, and the points in the middle are on the other side of the line, it's not a line. So I'm going to get rid of all that. And now I have to use artistic interpretation here to try to draw oh, bless it, a smooth fit curve. Mr. Harding, you drew through all the dots. I wasn't trying to. Okay, so this is one place where I'm not going to get mad at you if you hit some dots. Like, I'm trying to throw a smooth fit curve through there. The goal of that curve is, you know, it wouldn't make sense, that line that I had up here a moment ago, it wouldn't make sense to have a paragraph with a height of 0 but a width of 30. Like, it wouldn't work that way, okay? Or a paragraph with a height of 18 and a width of 0. Like, that wouldn't work that way, okay? So this is a smooth curve. The idea being that if we had another paragraph and it had a height of 4, it should have a width somewhere around 11, okay? If I had one with a height of 14, I would expect it would have a width somewhere around 2.5, okay? So this smooth fit curve better matches the data. It's an inverse relationship, okay? So that's the fun part of it. The unfun part of it is then it doesn't go along with the math equation that we looked at the other day, okay? For a line, we would say y equals mx plus b. This is inverse relationship, okay? So, sorry, that would be a linear relationship, an inverse relationship, okay? If you have an inverse relationship, it's going to be, how does that go? Check your neighbor really quick. Did they remember from math class? How do you write an inverse relationship? Oh, cheers.
You're going to open gym website? Yeah, cross country. I have to work those, so I'll just
Okay. To get that, we would say y equals something over x, okay? And let's just make that something here be a. We're at the beginning of the year. We haven't used up much of the alphabet yet, okay? So if it's an inverse relationship, y equals something over x. To figure out what that something is, I've got a little video for you over on the Canvas, and it's little. But if you go into Tuesday, September 3rd, Paragraph Lab, we already did all this. Desmos, okay, is where we're going, okay? So if you pop up in Desmos, if you haven't ever used this before, I'd be shocked. Are there anybody in here not used Desmos before? Okay, cool. So help your friend if their hand's in the air, but for the most part, you already know what Desmos is. I'm already signed in here, but if I wasn't, there's a little thing up here. You click on this, sign in with your name. And so what's cool about this is now I can save graphs, okay? And I might have this in here. Let's see, right? So I click on those 3 stripes, and I have most of my graphs saved over there. Do I have it from last year? I do not. That's sad. So I'm going to have to input some data, okay? Rather than me slowly trying to remember how to walk back through that, what I have here for you is a little video, 4 minutes, okay? If you don't know already, if you want to make Mr. Harding's videos tolerable, come over here, and under playback speed, just go ahead and bump that up to 1.5. and then I get to the point a little bit quicker, okay? So go ahead and check that out. I'd like you to go ahead and pop open your Chromebooks, get your data into Desmos. Mr. Harding already graphed this on paper. Yeah, but we need to learn how the Desmos works, or you can do it on your phone. That's cool. Yep. Just don't tell other teachers that you can use your phones for Desmos in here, right? I should just assume if I see your phones out, you're using Desmos for something.
Wait. So you have put the point. Put the little paragraph. And you put the point. Paragraph. Oh, you said the paragraph. Okay. So let's do 6.6, comma 6.3. And now, yeah, it's just gonna show the label. You don't have to if you don't want to. I know when they want to label, they're too lazy. Okay, and then, oh wait, the width is X. Okay, so this is backwards. How do you do this? Give me a second. 6.3, 6.6. And then you just put in the parentheses. And then you do a parentheses. So then it's 5.7, comma 7.7, and then we'll do, wait, why is it like 4 different colors? Because they're different points. Oh. So it's going to show up as a different color on the graph. So you know which point it is. Okay, so 4, 11.9. 3.1. Oh shit. 15.3.
We just put them in like on each side, like separate things. But like put it, I guess that there's like a, instead of a parenthesis in the middle, it's a comma.
Hey, looking at some of the screens and you're just kind of getting after it, I would go check out the video first, okay?
Yeah.
Because there's a way to start a data table and I don't see a lot of people using it. So on Canvas, you should be able to get to today's page. It should have the title Tuesday 9-3 Paragraphs Lab. And if you go to that page and scroll down, I think, am I on the right canvas? This is physics, yeah. Should be able to get to this one, Paragraphs 9-3. And then scroll down, there's a little video down here at the bottom. Tips and tricks.
There it is. Okay, so let me go on.
But there's some things I'm going to ask you to do with this initially that are going to require that you have it entered into a data table, not instead.
Okay, so we're not doing the points. Let's go on to Canvas. We have to watch the video. Okay, I'll just go. No.
Also, if you hadn't yet, go ahead and put a smooth, thick curve on your graph.
My mom did that. My mom doesn't know how to do it. My mom would do it. Go on, there's like a website.
Okay, I'll just do it later. Oh, where it like shows, okay, no.
Otherwise, I can log into mine.
Like it shows their code.
I just applied yesterday.
I was doing it last night too.
I was like, let me apply to college real quick.
Yeah.
Just get that out of the
ACT
way.
is open.
And then I'm on
That's
yeah. You did well. I got the same score as you in science.
Oh, science is hard.
I know.
The ACT, the science portion of the ACT is really hard. What is it?
It's just so, the wording is so complicated.
What?
What is it under?
Canvas? It's today's, it's a, yeah.
No.
If you go to like the front page, isn't it just like a list of like pages? Somebody might have to suck it up and get a Chromebook out.
I got my note.
She's gonna show us the video.
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna show us the video.
You guys can all share in here, bud.
Anybody have your buds? No. Me neither. The only ones I have
Just hear my voice all around the room.
Mine are the ones for
The
Apple
chorus is very
products.
nasal.
Yeah.
So, Grant, I forgot my sociology book. Can we share that?
That's what I'm gonna do.
That's okay.
I didn't do reading.
Either.
I'm gonna do it during the maybe. And then I'll fill you in. How do you get to this?
For some yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna move it over here, but I'll watch.
Yeah, I'll watch it while I do this.
What class is this? It's physics, boy.
Other things you would bring up. How do we graph here? So we're going to use an add item button. First thing we're going to add is the table. It's not going to be titled. I never did. Data. Is that putting units on this?
Oh, that's how he does it. It's there's not really a difference. It's just working.
See some stuff in the graph. See anything on the graph right now. Try to look small. So if I zoom out, there. Okay. Look at this trend. It seems like wider the paragraph, shorter it is, less small. As width increases, length increases. As length increases, width increases. That's an inverse relationship. So now I want to put a mathematical equation to describe this relationship. Probably that y equals 1 over x. If I put that in, you can see that it shows up on the graph. It's more line here. That doesn't hit my point at all. So you could just go through and guess and check numbers here to get it, or I can put in a variable there, call it a. That's most obviously a slider. And that'll just kind of try to impact here. Obviously, because I want it negative, but it's all positive, it could be 1 to 10. So I can change this. I can go in and double click or simply let's make that 100. Okay, so now we're making a quick edit to find the coefficient. So I have this slider stuff down here. I'm just going to hit play because that looks cooler. And you don't have to with it. Run continuously like this. You can just scroll through until you think it's add up values that closely matches the points on your graph. But I didn't want to give that away, so this one video. So I'm going to work with the data points that you have. Okay, where's that coefficient A? Where does that need to be for your graph? In addition to using Desmos to figure out what that coefficient is.
You guys get it?
You also need to start to
We do a little bit.
Here, though.
So
you plot them like how you just were though. No, you do it like
here's a chart.
yeah.
So
Should I favorite Desmos? Like, are we gonna use it a lot?
I would, yeah.
okay. Which ones do I grab in?
Once you've got that Desmos graph, make sure you're signed in with your account. Make sure you've titled it. That will save it. If you don't title it, if you leave it as untitled, sometimes then it's not there if you go back to it later. Upper right corner,
Okay.
there should be something. If
So
it's not
for
your
X,
name.
wait. Okay, X.
You got questions on how to sign in or how to title it or something like that?
Oh,
Let me know.
what should we title it?
2.1.
Wait, what are you titling?
I'll title it later. The title of paragraph 2.4. 2.5. I'm putting in points.
So you're doing.
Wait, do we need to put the points into the
Wait,
table?
ones first.
We put the points into the table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's
So,
the width ones?
yeah, X is the width. And then 3.1. I'm doing it in like I'm not doing it in the order. And then I'm doing it by smallest order. And then 4. And then
Does it matter what order you put it in?
I don't think so, but I'm doing it. 12.5, 17.9, Put on one. Oh wait, shit.
All right. So what I'm looking for you to do then is get a little practice with how we share out our lab data in here. What we got sorted out in Desmos. The point of Desmos is so you can know the number, the constant that goes in place of A, right? If you've got a inverse relationship, let me pull that back up. You got an inverse relationship, so the y I'm asking you to put it in Desmos is to try to find the value for A. What is the number value of it? The other thing I need you to consider here, what are the units for A? What the heck is he talking about? All right. In order for this equation to be valid, you got the height in centimeters over on the left side. You got the width on the bottom in centimeters on the right side. Those aren't equivalent right now. What do the units need to be for A so that they cancel out and you have something centimeters equals something centimeters? Okay. So ponder that with your group mates. Number value and units for A.
What'd you get?
And then I'd like you to go ahead and put your analysis together on a whiteboard, kind of like this. I'm being lazy. This is what I had from some of the class, but it's kind of the general idea of what's on the back of that white sheet. Sketch the shape of your graph. Don't replot it. Vertical intercept, is there one? Slope or constant, in this case, it would be what you have for A.
Okay, I got 45.
I got 42. And then you just find where it best fits your.
Oh.
Is this supposed to be in the? Like, is this supposed to touch the dots or just like?
I think it's just supposed to like go.
Close to them?
Yeah, like be as close to all of them.
How do you like do that?
Yeah, I got 43. I got 42, but 43, like same thing.
Okay, so let me see it. Let me see if all your things match up with mine.
Actually, I'm gonna do 44.
Looks like it does.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot to get it.
Oh,
How do you do it? So what you do is you do y equals then a divided by x, and then do slider, and 100, and just slide it until it fits onto your graph.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 41 works for you.
So we're going to slope.
I think for A.
There's no vertical intercept, is there? There can't be, because it's
Yeah.
Okay. So again, in this part of your whiteboard, what did you get for A? What's the number of the units for it? And if you got a question on that, like invite me over, I'll chat with you. The equation for circle, remember we had some in the ballpark of circumference equals 3 times the diameter. Okay, or diameter equals 0.3 times the circumference. Do not write y equals a over x here. Make it specific to this graph. What is y? What is x? What is the number value in units for A? And again, if you got a question, if you're uncertain on any of that, go ahead and I'll do that.
I'm confused. I'll let you do that.
Mention how much I like your shirt.
Mine?
Go pay. I like
It's my
that place so
friend.
much I went there twice. All right.
So I got that,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So should it have any units with it?
yeah,
So-
it probably. Wait, no, it's like
It's not really slow.
oh,
It's the constant,
oh,
as it were. So if you wanted to know is y the height?
yeah.
Okay. So if you
No,
want,
X is the wait.
Yeah, Y is height.
Yeah,
X
Y
is
is
width.
okay. So if you wanted to know the height of a paragraph that had a width of 20, you would take 44 divided by 20. That would tell you the height.
Oh, okay.
But how do we get the units to come out right? Because you would have a unit on 20. 20 would be 20 centimeters. So 44 what? Divided by 20 centimeters.
Centimeters.
Yeah, we did centimeters.
Would it just be centimeters over centimeters and it cancel out?
It'd be centimeters divided by centimeters.
Would cancel out.
Yeah.
If you had centimeters over centimeters, that would be like the circle line. It would cancel. But we don't want it to cancel. We want to have centimeters in the end.
Okay.
So you need to figure that.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
No idea? Okay.
Well,
We could do.
Because I know. So many zeros. Oh, yeah. White for it. I want it to equal centimeters. I've got centimeters on the bottom. If I just put centimeters up here, those would cancel. So what do I have to put up here so that I would have, after the bottom cancels, I would still have centimeters?
you have to square it?
Squared.
I'd have to have
Ah!
another
Why?
centimeters, right?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, because it's. That makes sense.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Just now starting to get it.
Okay. Sorry, secrets don't make friends. And like what we're talking about up here is you've got the height in centimeters, right? So oh come on. Height's going to be in centimeters. And on the other side, on the bottom, I've got the width. That's going to be in centimeters. What do I put up top? That number. Okay, I'm just going to put A for right now. For no good reason, right? What does this need to be? If I put centimeters there, I'm going to have centimeters over centimeters. What's going to happen? Centimeters over centimeters? It's just going to cancel, right? So what do I have to have up top so after I cancel, I would still have centimeters? Run that by your neighbor real quick.
Oh, really? Yeah.
All right, what do I need up here so I still would have centimeters left? I need another centimeters, right? And I'm not going to write centimeters times centimeters. That's goofy. I'm going to write. So what is the significance of that then? That's what I need you to ponder here a little bit, okay? This number, which then has units centimeters squared, like what is that? And here's the important hint there. If you have a constant in your equation, that often relates to something that is constant in your data collection. Well, what didn't change here? Okay, take a look at the sheet again and remind yourself. See if you can relate this number in centimeters squared to what's going on in the sheet. Okay, so again, I'm looking to see you're grabbing a whiteboard and you're starting to piece this together here. If you need magic spray because the doctors didn't erase last year, Right there. I didn't buy socks. Darn it! I was just at the store this morning, and that was the thing I forgot. Yep. I had to go buy Post-its before school, so we could do that. Talk about nouns.
Variable.
This class, we're talking about nouns?
Not this class. Did we talk about nouns in
That's
here?
what I
We're
was
talking about
confused.
paragraphs in here. That's a different thing entirely.
What other class do you teach?
Class before this is English Language Learners General Science. If you speak French or Arabic, come help us out because I'm just.
I mean, I took French for 4 years, but I don't know anything.
I got Iowa High School Spanish for 4 years, and that's about where I'm at. So
I don't know anything.
there's
No
a thing
bonjour.
called no bonjour.
What does that mean?
Hello?
No bonjour?
No bonjour. Just means hello.
Okay, but what is
Yeah, I
like?
knew that.
What is like? Thank you and you're welcome. I need those.
Merci.
Merci is
Thank you.
thank you. You're
I
welcome
don't
is.
really know what you're welcome is. We never
Well,
learned that.
French don't say you're welcome because they're
Yeah.
they're the French. So.
They're the French.
Yeah.
Is your problem now?
I tried to say hi to my French teacher.
Oh, and hey, here's what's grinding my gears.
Ignored me.
I'm looking at the groups back here, and you're not with these people. Get with these people, okay? You will have times when you get to pick your own group mates, but I want to see if you're with 4 people back there. I want to see all 4 people working together, okay? So find some space in the room. If you got to get up and go over into the lab, that's who should be on your whiteboard. I should see the beans, and it should be those 3 people whose names I can't read because it's really far away. Maddie, Kinsey, Riley, okay, together. So get a whiteboard, get together, and summarize this information. Yeah. Sorry, some of them are dirty. The markers are in the hat.
Okay.
Get up and work with those folks. You're only going to be with them for like the rest of this week, and then we're going to get new groups, okay?
Is it okay if I go with Maddie?
It's okay if you go with your group. You have nobody here?
I have one person.
Tough.
Yeah, I'd have to go with them. They're fun.
As long as they're a group. Oh. How does your shirt feel about? How does your shirt feel about the? Yeah, Arsenal Tottenham. You watched that match? Yeah. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, I'm Liverpool, so I was entertained by it. I can get down to me. There's a lot of goals. He's gonna keep it interesting for you all year long. Tomas, what varsity? What is varsity? You don't even need to look. You don't even need to look at the scores. You just say they won either 5-0 or 4-0. Probably be correct. Everything that is. And then there will be the Liverpool confidence on what will happen. I'd like to see draw both matches and then have it come down to like goal difference. They've got to just like
because last year they All that you need to do is
the second one, the one where Stone was off 11 millimeters. Besides,
but this one, this year, the second year, it's like the fifth last match.
Really? I'd like to draw both and then like have to like slaughter other teams with goal difference and try to like win the title. Because what does it look like if Salah, Firmino, and Mane try to like
Really?
Did you see what happened though between Salah and Mane?
Yeah. Did you see the play? Yeah. We probably should have been squared to it, but I don't know.
We were playing.
Oh yeah.
I had to like So after the game, I saw him get cancer.
But then, like for me, I was
What number should I use? I get back or Saturday.
so go ahead and change it. That word out.
So, wait. I got 40. Average it.
Yeah, right.
So I got 43 just like that. Okay. We gotta pick up red solo cups for the game. Because it's spread out. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Slow change. But there is all too bad.
Make sure you write it. You guys wrote it wrong. I'm sorry. This looks to be.
Just sit in front of you. Yeah.
The feeling, dude. That's slow.
What'd you do? Did you do that?
Do you even lift? Does the marker at least work? Yes. Okay. Did we get you? No. Oh, you're okay. What's up? You came for done. That's my with some content. They had put some thought into that bubble. So you get this constant. Don't call that slope down there. 45 is not the slope. Just call that constant equation. 45 centimeters squared. When you see something with units squared like that, it could be inch squared, feet squared, mile squared. What does that mean? What type of a thing am I measuring? Okay, so that's kind of we're using units to kind of clue into what that 45 might represent. So if we look at this, what might 45 centimeters squared?
It's like, yo.
That they might all have the same area. So,
Also, that's all your points.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't break this.
my friends, the science portion of this, what makes this meaningful is I'd like you to really think about the significance of that constant that you have there. Okay? So you're getting some number in the ballpark of 40. We've already discussed that the units on it should be centimeters squared. Hey, like, Lynn and I up this way, okay? So it's something in the ballpark of 40. The units on it are centimeters squared. Where do you see units squared to? What is that? You see something is feet squared, like you probably would say square feet, or square inches, or square miles. Like run that by your neighbor. What type of thing is measured in square feet, square inches, square miles? And so what might this number be? Okay, because here's the thing. when you have a constant in your equation, it often relates to something that was constant or unchanged about your data set, your data collection. What is constant or unchanged about these paragraphs here? See if we can kind of relate that together. Okay, that's the heavy lifting part of this lab. All right, and then we're out of here in like 3 or 4 minutes, so try to get that all on there. Try to not waste the public's ink. Okay, the taxpayers pay for those markers. Bruh. Circle lab circumference. In this lab it is. I was just putting that up as an example. But in this lab,
Are we turning this in today?
eventually, but not today. Yeah, I got to get through your circle lab. Hey, did somebody lose some index cards in here the other day? It was right here. Sorry. Hey, those whiteboards then. Go ahead and store them back here. I've got a little spot laid out for you. It says Physics 2 board pile. That's where your boards go. Physics 2 board pile.
Why didn't you button It's frat out? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can record your group name on there.
No, we gotta get red solo cups. Okay.
Did you?
Hey, yo,
Did this kind of make sense to you?
which answer do you want? My honest one or my honest one? My honest one. Okay, but my honest one is still less. No, boy. I'm gonna put my right jersey. I have one. It will be out of the new section. Yeah, they'll tell you all this work. Number 6. Oh yeah. They'll tell you all the from the 3rd row. I'm going to you can be in the 2nd row. No, I'm going to first row. For what? There's no basketball. No, ours is good. The one this year? What's the one from last year? No. I mean, it is you. Of like these things? Yeah. 39. It's a 39 count. Yeah. We have to play that. I still remember everyone makes part of the marching. Yeah.
Laters. Oh, poop.